Hello Cancer, welcome back to lovefromaleo. My name is Tay, otherwise known as lovefromaleo, and obviously you can tell by the title that this is going to be your June tarot reading. First off, I want to say if you are a Cancer whose birthday is at the end of June, happy birthday. I'm so excited for you guys. Yeah, so let's get into this video. So I do want to say that the message that I got for you all's reading, as far as like what the gist of June is going to be for you, it's going to be about possessions, relationships, things that matter to you that are close to your heart. Okay, so you may start feeling a little sensitive. Don't get afraid by that, but this is definitely going to be stuff that's important to you on a deeper level. Some of these things might be physical, some of these things might be emotional, but at the end of the day, these are all things that you kind of have control over because these are things that are important to you. So I don't want you to get freaked out. I don't want you to be like, oh my gosh, it's going to be super emotional, but it could be for some of you. It just depends on how things are working out for you, transits, and yada, yada, yada. The crystals that I'm using for this particular reading, clear quartz, and one of my favorites, pyrite. By the way, you guys know I'm a very pregnant Leo at the moment. And I'm actually due for June 23rd. I don't know if I'm going to actually make it to that time, but I'm due then. So that means the baby would be a Cancer. Technically, it would be a Gemini Cancer cusp, but it's going to be a Cancer. So I'm very excited, unless he comes like super early. But yeah, so he should be a Cancer. So let's see what's happening for you all. What was happening in the past? Past energy for my Cancers. What's going on right now? How is this matter turning out for Cancer? And then last but not least, what's to come? What's going to be added to the situation in the future for Cancer? There we go. All right. So in the past, Cancer, we have Seven of Cups. So you had a lot of things on your plate. You had a lot of emotional distractions for some of you. I think you were overwhelmed. You just had a lot going on. I do want to see in what type of way were you having a lot of things going on. Like, was it romantic? Was it just work? Was it just responsibilities? Why was Cancer so overwhelmed? So let's see. Why was Cancer feeling so overwhelmed? Okay, so we have a lot of cards. So I'm just going to go ahead and read them all because I think they're trying to tell me something. All right, so a tower moment. So things collapsed, right? Out of nowhere. Out of the blue, things just kind of fell apart. And this had to do with something that I feel like you kind of felt was coming, but you had no idea which way it was going to hit. And this could have definitely been involving yourself, Cancer, or your lover situation here, because we do have the Lovers card. So your relationship could have been super rocky. Five of Swords here. Some of you had a conversation and it went completely left, and some of you did not have a conversation. You were not honest about something. You did not put everything out on the table, and then things really, really backfired. So that's what was happening in the past. Some Cancers, I am seeing there's probably some infidelity on your part, even on the other person's part, but I think you weren't being completely honest with someone about something, and I think it was because you were kind of debating, should you do it, and then universe was like, we're gonna do it for you, and so things just kind of collapsed, and the truth was revealed, you know. Now, if you're one of those Cancers that had nothing to do with how things fell apart, it was just this relationship was not meant for you, I mean, bless your heart, sweetie. But for the ones who actually did cause this, it was meant to happen. I think you kind of felt it happening. I think you were, honestly, I feel like you were a little bit relieved that you didn't have to necessarily like come out and say it. It kind of came out and then you had to deal with the aftermath. And some of you, I think, were actually okay with that. So yeah, wow. Let's look at the bottom of the deck. Ten of Pentacles. So this could have destroyed like a family setting, like the structure that you had been working on. Oh, okay, Cancer. All right. So, like I said, this reading is going to be focused on like relationships and possessions and love. All right. So, let me get you guys some advice on how to fix this, because this is a lot going on at one time. We got the Aquarius card, the Star card. So, some of you definitely could be dealing with an Aquarius, or some of you need to bring an Aquarius into the picture to help you out. But for the most part, this is saying that you kind of have to find the light at the end of the tunnel on your own. You have to figure out what is the positive parts of the situation. What was revealed to you that you can use as ammunition to keep going forward in the future, because things are going to get better. So that is good news. Things will get better, but at the same time, all of this happened, especially if you caused this, it happened because you did something you weren't supposed to do. So it's like, it's almost better if you did this to someone else, because it shows you that you have control over more than you think. Not to say you should be hurting people or doing things that cause tower moments, but you did all of this. So it's like, you can't really be upset if you were the one causing it. Now, for those of you who did not cause all of these situations, you need to realize that this needed to happen. This tower moment that structured the tower falling down, this is needed for your soul's growth. And I think a lot of you, whether you did it to this person or not, this tower moment is so that you can be fresh for your season. So I'm actually really happy about that. You guys can be way more refreshed for this, for your season that's coming up during the end of June and then into July, right? So what's happening now for the situation? We have the Knave of Swords here. So I think a lot of you are feeling a little bit unprepared to take on the day. I think that you are rolling with the punches, but you're still a little bit like, I don't know if I'm doing the right thing. I don't know if I'm doing what it takes to, you know, succeed. The beautiful thing about this card is that you can trust yourself. So you have what it takes to succeed, and you just kind of have to mentally keep yourself prepared, mentally keep yourself motivated. All right, so yeah, with the Four of Wands, your home life is not as happy as it could be, but it doesn't mean that it can't improve. In fact, I think that you have to do what it takes to make it right. For some of you, I'm not sure who's on either spectrum of the person that committed the crime and the person who just kind of happened to get the short end of the stick. But it's like, you have to know that even though things are not always happy in your home life, you have yourself. You don't have to be clinged on to someone else. This month for you is definitely going to be a time where you have to kind of sort out what's important to you, what needs to be there, what serves your heart, what brings you joy, what brings you love, and then move on from there. Five of Wands. You could be dealing with a Leo, some of you. But if not, this card of advice is saying that you need to take on the challenge. You need to kind of fight for what you want, okay? Because now is not the time to settle, because this is kind of a very competitive moment for you. So whether you're competing for your freedom, whether you're competing for your happiness, you have to put in that work. Otherwise, nothing's going to really come from this situation. You're just going to be kind of left in the background. You're going to be sad. You're going to be crying. You're going to feel like all of this is my fault. Woe is me. And I don't want you feeling like that. So you really need to kind of put your boots on, strap them up, and go to war. Now, this does not mean you need to retaliate, but it does mean you need to fight for you. You need to fight for your love. Okay? Now, in the future, I got the chills. I'm not sure why. In the future, what's coming your way? We got the Death card in reverse. You're sticking to old ways and old habits because you're afraid of what's to come. You're stagnating your progression because you are afraid of the future, honestly. And Cancer, you create your future. You pull in a magical way, you pull in what you want to happen. Karma, I feel like, is definitely attached to Cancer, the sign, the zodiac sign Cancer. So it's like, karma doesn't have to be bad, but what side are you on? You know what I'm saying? And it's like, you've learned what you need to learn, but you're afraid. You're so afraid. What is Cancer afraid of? It's something that you need to like kick out of your life and then start over, but you're afraid to do this. What is this involving? What is Cancer afraid of? Nine of Cups. I think a lot of you are afraid of just getting back out there, starting over. I think a lot of you are afraid of the uncomfortability, being alone. Nine of Pentacles. And being alone doesn't have to be sad. Some of you would actually prefer to be alone once you get out there. You just have to do it. But I do think a lot of you are just not clear on if you want to start over, if you want to be independent, if you want to go through that again. But I think a lot of you need it. That's what needs to be brought in. That's what needs to be brought in. We have 2 9s on top of the Death card. So, you know, the number 9 is the number of completion. So honey, there's things, this cycle needs to be over, and you kind of know what it is already, because you're just sitting on it. You're a sitting duck in this situation, and you know what you have to do to make some things turn around for yourself. But for some reason, you're really hesitating. You're not wanting to do it. And I think it's just because you're afraid to get out there. But with the 9s being here on top of this death card, the cycle has already ended, and you're only holding yourself back. So there's really no point in you just sitting there, you know, being extremely sad or saying, I can't do this. You have to do it. There is no other choice. Half of you guys are already experiencing what it's like to be alone. So why not try to make yourself happy and get out there and learn yourself again? Figure out who you are, what makes you comfortable, what makes you uncomfortable. Sometimes you got to do that. And not to say it's the easiest thing, but shit, if you're already, you know, alone, or if you're already going through something where you're unhappy, why keep doing it to yourself? It's one thing to let someone else do it when you're unaware that they're doing it, but when you're the person doing it to yourself, you can only blame yourself, and that's how the universe is going to look at it. And so then when you're looking for your karmic rewards, there's not going to be any. You didn't spend any time, you didn't spend any energy helping yourself. So what does the universe have to give you back? You have no credit with the universe because you're not using it. You understand what I'm saying? So let's see, what advice can I give my beautiful Cancers so that they can renew themselves and get rid of the old and ring in the new, okay? Especially in time for your season. You don't want to be all messed up during your season. That is the time where you're supposed to be alive, Cancer, okay? All right, we got 9 of Swords. So this is that Gemini energy. When we have doubts on ourselves, it can be extremely hard to really understand what it means to move forward, because you're not fully being in the moment. You're always thinking constantly about, oh, what's gonna happen if I do this, or what could have happened if this would have happened. It's like you need to be more in the moment, and I think you need to be more logically conscious of what you're doing. I think you need to look at it from if one of your friends or one of your relatives came to you explaining your situation to you, what would you tell them to do about it? I'm almost positive for the most part, 100% of you would say, okay, you need to get your mojo back. You need to get back out there. You need to focus on yourself. Getting your mojo back doesn't mean just necessarily like going out there and being with everyone and their mama. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, you need to find you again. You need to find your love for yourself again. You need to be able to be okay with just being with yourself. I think a lot of you are afraid of being alone, and I'm not sure why. I guess I understand why, because it's something new. This isn't something that you want, but I feel like you guys can handle it. You know what I mean? Like, you're Cancer, so boss up and do what it takes. Like, it's not the end of the world. If anything, this is the beginning for you. Focus on yourself. Focus on how you physically look. You know, focus on your physical appearance. Get back in the gym, you know, work on yourself. Change your look up, refresh. Do something. You can't, like, this stagnant energy of this stale, it's so stale, and it doesn't have to be that way. It can be fresh. It can be new. Like, come on, like, summer's coming. You got to get it together. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no time to just be sitting here like it's winter and this is not your time. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's about to be your season, and who's going to show up for Cancer if you don't? So get it together, Cancer, okay? We don't have that much time. Time is ticking. Time is ticking. All right, Cancer. Thank you so much for watching, my love. I definitely enjoyed this reading. I felt like I could see everything that was happening. I felt very in tune with your energy. I hope you enjoy your June. I hope that you figure out what you need to do to blossom in your June. Yeah. If you like this video, please leave a big thumbs up on this video because it helps me so much. You have no idea how much that helps me. Subscribe to the channel if you have not already subscribed. I can see my analytics. Most of you guys are not subscribed, but you guys are watching. So I need you guys to subscribe, okay? And then once you subscribe, make sure that that notification bell is hit so that you are notified whenever I upload for your sign and whenever I upload different videos and all that good stuff. Leave a comment if you would like. I would love for you to leave a comment. If you would like a personalized reading for any situation that's going on in your life or anything that you want to know more about when it comes to astrology, your sign, what sign is good for you, yada yada yada. All you have to do is email me at lovefromaleo@gmail.com, or you can add me on Instagram at atela_amor, and yeah, we can get something going for you. If you would like to donate to the channel and, you know, give me a little boost for this channel so I can keep pumping out videos for you guys, you can go ahead and do that at my PayPal. I have it in the description box below, and I also have my Cash App there. Obviously you don't have to donate, but if you're feeling generous, I am willing to take it, okay? Other than that, you guys, thank you so much for tuning in, and until the next video, I will see you very, very soon. Bye, Cancer.